Hi Jonas, this is Jasmine from Sprout SEO Solutions. I just wanted to shoot this quick video to talk to you about how you can get more traffic to your website and in turn get some more customers. So I have your website pulled up here. Really like this graphic, it's super cute. We've got a little bit of content and a contact form. It looks like we've got a review, some information, a little bit more content again. See these read more, they're going to link out to different pages, and we've got some images. So overall, it's a nicely done website. You've got like all the information that you need. The one thing that I would say is that it can use a bit more content. And the reason that I say this is because we know that Google likes to see roughly 1,500 words of content per page. And now this is because Google has what are called crawlers. And what these crawlers do is they go through the back end of your website and they read all of your content. And they use that content to better understand what your website is all about. So when we talk about content, it's really important to talk about keywords. Now, to explain what keywords are, let's say someone needs roofing help and they don't know a company off the top of their head, so they're going to go to Google and they might type in roofing companies, Lawrence, Michigan, roofing services near me, roofing contractors near me. All of these are different examples of keywords. And now when you have relevant keywords on your website, spread throughout your content, Google is able to see that. Google reads that and starts to associate your website with those keywords. And then Google knows that when someone searches for those words, your website should be one that pops up as a result. So I went ahead and did a quick Google search for roofing companies Lawrence, Michigan. I'm going to skip this top bit here. Now these are just ads, so people pay to be there. And really I want to focus on this area here, which is the Google Map Pack. We're going to ignore this top one because that is also an ad, but being in the Google Map Pack is extremely valuable for businesses, as I'm sure you most know. I see you here as a second point, so that is incredible. Pat yourselves on the back for getting into that second spot there. Because we know that when people are in the top 3 here in this Google Map Pack, roughly 30 to 40% of traffic of people who are making these searches are going to click and travel to your website from here. And that's just because it's one of the first organic results that pops up. Now, when we scroll past the Google Map Pack, we do hit the organic search results. And what's really interesting for your service area. So I tried a few different keywords. I looked at roofing companies, Lawrence, Michigan, roofing services, roofing contractors, and for all of them it was the same. This first page of Google is completely dominated by directories. So there isn't a single company that is on this first page of Google outside of that Google Map Pack that is here organically. Any other companies are all here because of ads. So we don't actually hit a company in the organic results until we hit page 2. So even these all on top are lots of directories, but the first competitor that we really hit is this West Michigan Roofing and Construction. So right here. And the page that's ranking was actually a projects page. So let me go back to that one. And so it's a past project specifically that was done in Lawrence, Michigan, right? And so that's why they end up ranking for that Michigan keyword. Now, typically what I'll do is I'll move over to this paid search tool I have called Ahrefs and start explaining some stuff here. And I will do a little bit of that. I use this paid tool to analyze different websites and understand how they're performing on Google. So looking at that, I guess we'll consider them your top competitor organically. When we look at their homepage, now what ranked wasn't their homepage, it was a project page. but that project page is getting strength, so to speak, from their overall website score. So when we look at the scores for their homepage, I want to pay attention to this DR and UR here. So DR is an indicator of how strong a website is in Google's eyes, and UR is an indicator of how trustworthy it is. And now, the higher these scores are, the more likely you are to be ranked higher on that first page of Google, right? So we could start beating out those directories with higher scores here. And now both of these scores are going to be impacted by backlinks. And backlinks are just a link or a button out on the wild web on a website that is separate from your own, that when someone clicks on it, it takes them back to your website. Now, the more of these you have, the better, but specifically the more good quality backlinks you have, the better. So you can have a lot of backlinks, but if they're not good quality, they're not really going to help boost your score, okay? And then we can also see your competitor is currently ranking for 2.1 thousand keywords. Now, what's important here is, of course, the fact that they're ranking for them, but really we would want to look at where they're ranking for them. Are they landing on that first page or not? And we know just from doing our search that they're not landing on the first page. Unfortunately, this does not seem to want to load. There we go. So it looks like a lot of their ranking pages are actually coming from blog posts, which is going to be why we don't see them, because blog posts, while they're great for brand awareness, they don't really rank for buyer intent keywords, which are going to be these more general ones like this here. So that's why even though your competitor is ranking for lots of keywords, they're not the type that's going to really get them noticed on that first page of Google. Although they do have some broader, just Michigan and not location specific in Michigan, that they are ranking on the first page for. So that would be something to consider when looking at keywords that you would want to rank for. Maybe trying to rank for Lawrence, Michigan keywords is not the best way to go, but instead searching for broader, just Michigan roofing, Michigan roof repair, things like that. Your competitor is having success ranking in the first page of Google for those, which means you possibly could as well. So I went ahead and threw your website in here, and right now we can see your UR and DR scores are fairly low, but that's because you only have 7 backlinks, so that's to be expected. Again, the more good quality backlinks you get, the higher that score will be, and additionally, you are currently only ranking for 6 keywords. And it looks like these are product specific, so this is ranking WordPress like back end pages on your site. So these aren't even pages that we really need to be ranked. Content uploads, it could be pictures. None of these are ranking on the first page of Google, but also you can see your site is not ranking for any of those broader keywords that you would want to get noticed on the first page outside of just that Google Map Pack. And then just a quick comment here. While it seems like targeting more Michigan, like broad Michigan keywords would work well for you, if you did want to target this more location specific, like Lawrence, Michigan, a good way to do that would be to do through Google Ads like we see here. And if you can get into the top 3 of the ads here, then you will see some more traffic outside of just the traffic that you're going to get from that Google Map Pack. So that's all the information that I have for this video. I will say your website was a bit tough just because that location specific keyword doesn't seem to be doing well for many people outside of directories. But also that's just something to keep in mind when you want to think about the sorts of keywords that you want to try going for on your site. So I hope that you found the information here educational and informative. If you have any questions at all, if you would want to talk further about this, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And even if you don't have any questions, if you could just drop me a line of feedback, let me know what you liked about this video, anything you found helpful. I would really appreciate it. All right, thank you.